a day in the Valley, no doubt. And right now we got a special treat for you here on News Now. We got world-renowned medium James Van Praagh. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So you're in the Valley tonight at the Celebrity Theater.
Celebrity Theater, delivering messages from dead people.
Right. And tell me, what's that like to connect with people?
It's incredible. It's incredible for the spirit world because they're looking for somebody to come through and bring a message of whether it's forgiveness or regret and tell their loved ones, I'm still here, I'm still alive, don't think of me as dead. And it's just healing for everybody in the audience.
Sure. And when you're able to connect with someone, and you must see it in their face right away.
Yes. Everything is very different. Every experience is different. Every communication is different. One of my favorites was this little girl came through. She was 3 years old on the stage with me, Spirit Girl. I want to talk to my mommy and daddy in the back row. And sure enough, the mother and father stood up and she goes, Daddy, I want to thank you for the tattoos, my angel wings.
Oh, wow.
The guy stands up, takes his shirt off, and turns around. He had angel wings tattooed in his back.
Oh.
So that's the kind of stuff that happens there.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty amazing for everyone that comes to it.
And you've been doing this for so many years. Tell me, how did
Thank you? You've been very kind. About 38, but thank you. Yeah.
But tell me, how did you first find out that you had this ability?
The kid in The Sixth Sense, remember that movie, The Sixth Sense? I used to see spirits as a child, and I see colors around people known as the auric field, and I knew things. Psychically, I knew things, and I told my mother, and she said, not every kid can see those things, so you got to be very careful who you tell that to.
Yeah.
But she really encouraged it in that she let me just be myself, and that was really it. And I think if parents let their children just be themselves and encourage them and support them, the kids will be happier.
Okay, and then obviously you can't, not for everybody, you find somebody or feel that.
No, but it's a 2-hour, 3-hour show, and within that time, probably around 10 to 20 messages. But every single message, one message can be for every single person because it's a human experience about whether forgiveness or regret or believing yourself, loving yourself. Everybody gets something from the experience, so it's great.
Wow. And what do you say to the people that say, when you pass away, that's it, you're done?
I say it's up to you to come to your own journey in your own way. And something like this is a wonderful experience to just witness it and see what happens and be like, wow. Because afterwards, everybody leaves like, that's amazing. How did he do that? How did that happen? How did he know those things? I think everybody has their own, responsibility for their own journey to explore it. I don't force my beliefs on anybody. I think it's up to each individual to find it on their own. So there's a great opportunity for people.
Sure. And people want to know, like, when you are able to sense something, how does it work in your body or your mind?
Great question. See, you're very enlightened. It's good. So really what happens is the mind is the soul is the mind. And what happens is the spirit people come close to me. In their mind, they're telepathically sending me a thought, a feeling, an emotion, a memory. And I'll either see the memory, I'll feel the emotion, I'll see what they look like, and I'll describe. I have a lady here. She's around 73. She feels like blonde hair. She said she had, pneumonia when she died. Her daughter was in the bed right when she passed over on her right side holding her hand.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting a visual and a feeling all at the same time. They're sending me, telepathically sending me that.
Wow.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And I keep it very real, as you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's all. You're able to connect with the audience and make them feel really good about it at the end of the experience.
And it's also having them love themselves, teaching them about self-love, self-empowerment, not, really honoring who they are. So it's all part of the experience. I'm a teacher too, so it's not just delivering messages, but I'm teaching them about living life in a very, spiritually, or being aware, being mindful of their lives and how they make the right choices in their lives.
And so many times when we lose a loved one, maybe it'll be a random time, and you could just be like, I feel this person here.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, it's like, for instance, if you're driving the car and all of a sudden you think of, let's say, your mom that passed, and you think, wow, I wonder how my mom is. It's usually her in the seat next to you sending you a thought, and you're receiving it. So they're always around us. They're constantly around us. It's a very different dimension than the physical dimension. So you can be in several places at once, and that's really what it is. It's them coming close to you, and they'll try any way possible to get through to you, whether it's the dream state, putting pennies or feathers or whatever it might be, in your way, so you know they're with you, and it happens all the time.
And what about even some people, there's a smell even too?
There's a smell, there's a taste. Sometimes people look at somebody and go, that looks like my mom, or someone says an expression that, oh wow, my friend used to say that all the time. So all these types of ways will get through. And if you're open-minded, you can receive them.
Wow. Now, for your loved ones, do you get the
No, I can't, because I can't be objective, because part of me is, that's an emotional thing. I can't be objective, saying, is this me wanting it, or is it really coming in brain, so I can't separate myself.
Yes.
Which is better. So, you know, I just do my work, and I just do it for others. And, you know, I know when I feel when they're around me, my family, I feel they're very proud of me after all these years, and I know they're helping me in the background. So, yeah, but I love doing what I do. It's serving people, you know, it's helping.
Absolutely. And is there anyone that you've done in the past where you still think to this day like that was something? Is there one there or a couple that stick out to you that you met through?
Well, it's always these children. I mean, the one with the little girl was great, and another one, a mother and boy came to me at a meeting, and this was in a private meeting, and his brother came through who died, and his father, and the brother came through and said, "Thanks for wearing my T-shirt today. That's my favorite T-shirt. You just got out of the second drawer."
Oh,
and he goes,
wow.
"Yes." And the father came through and showed me dials on a plane. He said, "He's in the plane." He said, "He lost control," and sure enough, he died in a plane crash.
Jeez.
His little boy. But I mean, the details came through with his wife. Said, "You know, I'm with you. I like the new sheets you put on the bed. I know that you wear my shirt to bed every night." I mean, there's all these details that proves that their life goes on, that there is no death.
Yeah, and that's a good feeling at the end of the day.
It's a good feeling because when you realize there is no death, then you begin to live life. You can really live life and not have that fear, because fear is really not who we are. We're love. Fear is false ego appearing real, and you know, it's either fear or love in life, and this helps us to live in love.
And that's a great way to open up, because with fear, it really bogs you down.
It holds
really,
you back.
It drains you.
It limits us. It really limits us, and it gets us in this whole mindset that we don't need, because again, that's not who we are. That's foreign to who we are. You know, fear is an illusion. Only love is real. It's true.
All right. So for people coming out tonight, what can they expect? What is it like if it's their first time for?
Oh wow! You should come. It's the first time. You really should visit this, because I'm one of the best in the world, if I do say so. And I come out and I dance. It'll be a dance show. What I do is I come out and I really just I have a good sense of humor, and I help people to get less nervous. A lot of people could be nervous about this sort of thing. So I immediately get rid of that whole thing, and they say, "Oh, he's just a normal, funny, crazy guy." And then I go through the process of how this works. We do the question and answer a little meditation, and then I start in, and I go anywhere in the room that I'm getting something.
Wow.
So sometimes it can be for 5 people in the room. It's just really wild. I'm all over the celebrity theater, like over here, over here, and they all are connected in some strange way. So it's pretty fun to see the dynamic.
Wow.
So it's something people should see if they've never seen it before.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be a lot of fun, and then especially for people that get that connection. I mean, you walk away with something very.
Your life changes.
Yeah.
Your life changes, and even those in the audience that just witness it, their life changes, or it forces them to think differently. It forces them to, well, I got to rethink my life. I got to rethink my relationships. It really does that. So it's very, very valuable for everybody.
There we go. Awesome. Well, it was great
Thanks,
talking
Mike. Thank
with you.
you so
James
much.
Van Praagh at the Celebrity Theater tonight.
See you there.
Yep. More news now coming up next, everyone.